All right, good morning, folks. Or actually, it's afternoon. Actually, nice sunny Sunday morning in North Texas, and I'm going to do a completely odd experiment here. My little tuner will handle a random wire. I have never attempted using random wire on this rig. It is QRP. So I'm going to experiment around here a little bit. I may have to move it around in the yard to see how I can make it work. Now, even though I call it a random wire, I did cut it to exactly 84 feet, which is one of the recommended lengths. If you go to, I believe it is Ham Universe, and look up random wire antennas, I'll put a link to the page down here in the comments. But that's what I'm going to be trying today, and maybe we'll get some contacts, maybe we won't. Let's hope for the best. We'll get to transmitting. Alright, so I'm sitting here trying to tune up this random wire antenna, and let me hit the tune button here. And you see I've got almost no reflected full power forward. But what I want to show you, and I had not considered this, watch what happens when I touch the radio. I become part of the circuit. So we're going to hit it tune, and I hit the radio. Look at the SWRs go way up just for me touching the radio. That's one of the considerations when using a random wire antenna. Fortunately, this is QRP. I am grounded pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so the first attempt is coming out of the back of the radio up to right there, and then it goes across over there to in the corner, and then back up there to the balcony. This doesn't seem to be working, so I'm gonna move it around just a little bit and see if I can get some Foxtrot 5 Delta November.
Is that Alpha Foxtrot 5 Delta November?
That is correct, and we are in Fort Worth, Texas. The name is Dave.
Okay, Dave, I got a pretty good copy, a little on the light side. Let me know what kind of radio you're on, Dave.
I am actually on a QRP. It's one of these MFJ-9420s. It's pushing about 7 watts, and I'm experimenting today with a random wire antenna.
Oh, thank you very much for checking in. MFJ QRP, Ray. Do you say you're running about 7 watts?
That is correct.
We appreciate you checking in. We're running 1,000. But I can hear you pretty good. Fort Worth, we know the area. I went to college right outside of that area many years ago. In fact, it was so long ago that Texas was the largest state in the Union at that time. And they let me know about it when I got off the plane at Lucille there, Dave.
I certainly understand that, and I think the feelings are still the same, even though we're number 2, I think.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Always a pleasure, and we appreciate you checking in. Anybody's welcome to check in, even though you don't have a 10-tech radio. So anybody copying, passing-by, mobiles, aeronautical, wherever you are, you're welcome to check in for an audio check, signal check, or just to say hello. Kilo 4, Juliet, K4, JJ, QSO party.
K4JJ, AF5DN.
CQ Georgia, QSO party. This is Kilo 4, Juliet, K4, JJ, QSO party.
K4JJ, AF5DN.
Again?
AF5DN. Alpha Foxtrot 5 Delta November.
Alpha Foxtrot 5 Delta November. You're 5-9 in Cobb County, Georgia.
Great, I appreciate the report this afternoon. I'm running QRP on a random wire antenna that I'm experimenting with this afternoon, so I appreciate it, and we're coming from it to you from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, I think you said you're in Fort Worth, Texas. QSL?
That is correct. Sunny afternoon in Fort Worth, Texas. I appreciate the contact.
Okay, thank you very much. It was very nice on QRP. Thanks for stopping by the George QSO party. This is Kilo 4.
All right, there you go. using a random wire antenna, I was able to make a couple of contacts in roughly 10 minutes. I need to mark this down in my book or I'll forget it. It is approximately 3:10 here, so that's 8:10 UTC. So like I said, the first configuration, and I wasn't hearing anything, I wasn't getting out, I wasn't making any contacts whatsoever. And just by changing the orientation of that random wire antenna, boom, I started picking up contacts right away. Let me show you how I ended up running this wire, okay? Alright, so very important on a random wire is to make sure you've got a good ground. This wire runs right over here to this ground here. This is one I put in just for doing radio contacts. That's a 3-foot piece of rebar pounded into the ground there. It's kind of there so it's out of the way. Dogs won't trip on it. The random wire, this is 14 gauge solid strand. In retrospect, multi-strand may have been a wiser choice, and it's running right out there. Let's see if I can pick it up here. It's pretty small. Alright, you can see that. And then I got it turns a corner, goes right up there to the balcony. Right up in there somewhere. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, right next to my camouflage 2-meter antenna. So there's the wire. Let's see if I can follow it down here since I'm zoomed in. I may lose it here in a minute. Alright, so there it is on the fence, and there's it turns the corner and heads back to the house. Alright, I'm hoping you can see in this. I don't even know if you can see that wire going across there or not. But it's kind of right in there. It's it's sagged down where it's only about 2 feet off the ground right here, but it does get some height way out there at the end. So that's the way we got it running right now. Okay, so here is my random wire antenna. This is the piece that went into the back of the radio, and this end right here is how I had it tied up on the balcony. As you can see, probably multi-strand wire would be a little bit more flexible, maybe a little easier to reuse. However, it did work, and I'm pretty happy with it. So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. AF5DN, and I'm out.